Hey, hi everyone, welcome again to the Specialized Automation. So in this video, we'll be discussing about the web automation using Selenium Grid. Okay. So throughout this video, we'll be using the Selenium standalone server version 3.4.0. And so let's get started with the agenda for today. So we'll be discussing about the introduction to grid architecture, and then we'll be seeing the different version of grid. And now we will configure our Selenium Grid into Eclipse, and then we'll run our simple demo test script and test suite using the grid. Okay. So first of all, what is Selenium Grid? So as the name suggests, basically Selenium Grid allow us to run our test across the various platform and browser simultaneously through the Selenium remote capabilities. It simply means whenever you want to perform some cross-browser testing or cross-platform testing, okay. So in that case, you will be needing the Selenium Grid, okay. So suppose you want to run your test script on some Firefox on some uh, Mac browser. Yeah, you want to execute a test script on Safari on Mac. At the same time, you want to execute your test script in the Chrome into some another Windows version, Windows 8, and Firefox in Windows 10. So simultaneously, all these different platform and different browser can be handled using the Selenium Grid. Okay. So if you want to know more about the Selenium Grid, this is the URL that you can just navigate to this URL in the Selenium HQ. In that URL, you will get to know what is the Selenium Grid, when we should use it, the latest version of Selenium Grid, installation, everything is there. Okay. So now next thing that comes, the main architecture or the main element that the grid contains is basically its hub and nodes. Okay. So as the hub and node architecture, we know this hub being the central point, or we can say this is a server of the Selenium Grid. Okay. So in that hub, we load a test script. We will define all the remote capabilities and browser capabilities into the hub. Okay. And in the node, whatever the capabilities we have defined in the hub, we will be defining the same in different capabilities in the node. So if the node capabilities get matched with the hub capabilities, so whatever the test script we loaded into the hub, we can directly execute the script into the particular node. Okay. So the picture, so the image given here, so we can see that from this particular hub, there are four node has been created. One is node 1 that are accessing Firefox on Ubuntu. In the node 2, we are accessing the Internet Explorer on Windows. And in node 3, we are accessing the Safari browser on Mac. And the node 4 basically the Android device. Okay. So if we have one test script and if you want to run in four different platforms across four different browser, from that hub only we can execute a test script. Okay. So this is the architecture of Selenium Grid. And the next thing is that whatever the current version of Grid currently available in the market. So basically there are two types of Selenium. Two version was there, Selenium Grid 1 and Selenium Grid 2. So there are some drawbacks in the Selenium Grid 1, like it has its own remote control system which is different from the current Selenium RC, and it's only support the Selenium RC command and script. And utilizing Selenium Grid 1, we can only automate one browser per remote control, and it requires Apache and installations configurations to use that. Okay, all these things of all these kind of drawbacks that you overcome in Selenium Grid 2. This is the latest versions, so it's now Grid 2 is now bundled with the Selenium server jar file, and it both support the Selenium RC and WebDriver script. Okay, and then latest versions we can automate up to the 5 browser. Okay, the limitation has been overcome. Initially it was one browser, now we can automate up to 5 browser. And in the Grid 2 we don't need Apache and installations or configurations. Okay, so we'll be using the Selenium versions Grid 2. And the next thing, configuring hub in Grid. So first of all, when you will be using Grid, just navigate to the Selenium main website and go to the download portions. You need to download the Selenium standalone server. Okay, the current version is showing 3.6.0. I have downloaded the versions 3.4.0. Okay, the versions I have downloaded here. See, Selenium server grid 3.4.0. This is the version I have downloaded here. Selenium server standalone. Okay, this is the file, executable jar file, 21 MB. So just you need to download the jar file. Next you need to configure your hub. So for configuring the hub, they all what you need to do. First, you need to navigate to this particular path where your have jar file has been located, and from that you need to pass this command. Okay, Sorry. So let me show you. So first of all, what I'm doing. So my Selenium server standard is located at this path C drive Selenium 3.4.0. So this path already I've mentioned here. Okay. So you need to copy this one. Copy these questions and then okay. Make sure by default Selenium Grid will start at port 4444. Okay. Okay, so you can see Selenium Grid hub is up and running. Okay, so whatever we have to give, the command is java minus jar selenium slash server pen standalone dash 3.4.0 jar dash role space hub. Okay, so after this is it's showing Selenium Grid hub is up and running. So when the grid console is up, just navigate to it. We can see this is the Selenium hub as in configurator, so we can now access this. I am accessing actually using my local host. So IP is 127.0.0.1 and the port number that currently is used, this is the default port number 4444. So this is my grid console basically. Okay, there is no node connected as of now, so let me connect one node. Okay, for that I need to pen another command prompt. And okay, so next, first of all, we created configure the hub, grid hub. Next, we configure the node. Okay. So configure the node. We need to do the same thing where a project file has been located. We need to provide. Oh, let me do one thing. Uh, Fine. Okay. And this is a. Suppose we are going to for node. You have to mention like in which port. You have to mention a different port. The port will be different from the hub grid port. Okay, we have hub port. So this for suppose the port number 4547. Okay, this is the port that the node will be. I will be using that node in the particular port. The command is, suppose in that port I'm going to run my case in Internet Explorer. Okay, so for Internet Explorer we need to provide the driver, right? So Internet Explorer driver, the command is java minus d-webdriver.i.driver equal to where my driver has been located in the d drive i driver server. That is where my I driver has been located. Provide the full path, then rest are same. So dash jar space selenium server standalone jar file dot jar dash role space node dash hub, and then provide the hub URL and dash port number space what is the port number. Okay, so these way you have to provide. I've already copied the same in this with Java. This way you have to provide. You need to provide the internet driver for if you want to use Chrome driver, Firefox driver, for Gecko driver, yeah, Internet Explorer driver. So after Java, you have to provide the driver and provide the driver path. Then you have to mention jar, Selenium, Standard Server, browse versions, then the URL and the port you want to use. Okay. Okay. So see, node is getting connected. So I'm seeing that info, the node is registered to the hub and ready to use. Okay. So let me go back to my grid console. Let me refresh that. Okay. So now in that we can see that this particular node with the port 4547 that has been configured, OS version is showing Windows 10 because currently I'm using my own system. Uh, Actually in your case you will be providing some different URL. Okay, you will be providing some different URL. So whatever the ID I have provided here, whatever the port number I provided here and whatever the URL I'm using localhost, For your case, we will be providing the remote server URL and remote port number. Okay. So for localhost, currently this is the IP 192.168.0.105. This is the machine IP, and this port number I'm accessing this particular node. And in that node, we can have three types of browser like Chrome, Firefox, and IE. But I have set the protocol for IE browser. Suppose I want to execute in that particular node for IE browser, that already I have configured. Okay. So this, okay, so let me show you one example. This is a sample test script that I've written. Okay, and whichever my server has been running, let me close my server. Okay, as of now. Okay. Okay, so for my case, what I've done basically, I've created this hub, and what you will be doing basically, if you, I've created one batch file. Okay, I've created one notepad and I save it as a Selenium Grid hub port 4444.batch. Okay, sorry about the flight noise. Okay, so what I was telling that for my case, let me show you this one. The command is simple. I'm doing echo title. This is for the command from title, and simply I'm setting the project locations, navigating the particular project locations, and passing this command java manage java hyphen jar selenium hyphen server hyphen standalone hyphen 3.4.0 jar hyphen role space hub. Okay, so and I save it as a batch file. So if I click on the batch file for Windows platform to see my hub Selenium Grid hub will get started. Okay, it's now up and running, and the title Selenium hub on port 4444. Now we can access it. Sorry. Now we can access it in that particular 127.0.0.0, or we can also as a local host. Okay, as I'm accessing only my local host, my own system to access it. Okay, so only hub is on, but I need to configure separate node also. Okay, so let me create one node for 4546. Let me show you the code. It's simply nothing. I'm creating Chrome node on 4546. I'm passing the driver. This is simply Java space hyphen DWebDriver Chrome driver. I'm providing the Chrome driver path, and it's hyphen jar. You need to provide the Selenium jar, whatever the versions. Then minus hyphen role space node. Then hyphen hub, and then you need to keep the exact URL of your grid so that your node can register, and the port I'm using 4546. Okay, for the Chrome, this is for Chrome. So let me click on that batch file. Okay, so it's also showing the node is registered to the hub and ready to use. Okay, so if we just go to it and refresh it, we can see 4546, this node has been successfully registered. Okay, this is for Chrome configured. Let me do the same for IE. I will start at 4547, and for Firefox it start for 4545. Okay, let me go to it, refresh it. Now we'll be seeing just hold on, whatever the current node is running. Chrome driver, IE driver. Let me run my Firefox one. Setting echo driver. Okay, let me refresh it, and now we'll see the three node has been configured to my grid successfully. One is accessing at this particular URL and port 4546, and this one is for 4545 for Firefox, and this one is for 4547. Okay, so 4547 I'm accessing Chrome, 4545 I'm accessing Firefox, and 4547 I'm accessing IE. Let me show you the code. The basic code, the test is basically very simple. Let me just disable this as of now. So what I'm doing, actually I'm navigating to my Facebook page and providing the username and providing the password, clicking on the login button. Okay, this is simply a very simple operation I'm doing. I'll be doing for 3 times. I'm passing all this data through my data provider, admin, tester, developer. This way the credential will get imported, okay, into my test. Facebook login. Okay, so simply navigating to Facebook and entering all my details. Okay, and let me show you the setup and tear down method. So setup method, in the before method, let's see what I've done. We have to initialize instance, take three instance variable, WebDriver, then a platform, Windows 10. That current platform I'm using Windows 10. That's why I've used Windows 10. For your case, we will parameterize this and the node URL. Okay, so node URL, that see currently I'm accessing this particular URL. Okay, so node URL currently accessing this particular URL because let me show you the current IP cmd IP config. Current IP is 192.168.0.105. Okay, so let me change it 105 105 105. Okay, okay. I've taken for as of now I've taken two parameters: port number and app URL. Okay, and this is the grid XML file where I, let me show you. Okay, so here I'm passing the port number, which port and whichever the URL I want to access, app URL I'm providing, and the port number providing. For your case, we will be also providing the, we can also provide the node URL also. Okay, for my case, I'm the same system that I only the port is needed here. Okay. This is the server locations and this is the 4545. This is the port. If the port number equal in case 4545, then it accessing the Firefox browser. If the port number is equal in case 4546, then the node URL is point to this particular weight. And then what I'm doing basically, set browser name Chrome. I'm declaring the capabilities. Desired capabilities cap. So for desired capabilities as Chrome, browser name Chrome, platform Windows, and the main important part is that for each and every cases I mentions driver equal to new remote web driver, new URL, node URL. Okay, so for Selenium Grid, you will be executing a test script on the remote system, right? So you, for that you will be needing the remote web driver, and where you will be passing your node URL. Okay, this is the node URL will be passing. Node URL is the URL that your grid is currently using. Okay, and which for your node is registered. Okay, so pass this way node URL, and if you want to access for port 4547, this is for Internet Explorer. That's the same thing I'm doing. This is a node URL I'm passing in this into inside the remote WebDriver. Okay, and the tear down method, it's simple: driver.quit, closing the browser, and that's it. So this is pretty much all about my case, and my server is running. All my server has been running, server port running, and Chrome driver port 4546 is running, iDriver 4547 is running. Okay, so let me do one thing, configure my grid XML for that. Okay, this is the grid XML for this particular test script. Let me run my case into Chrome and IE. Okay, so I'll be performing parallel test here. So let me run my test suite. We'll see the result. Okay, so in the console, both the test environment has been created, Internet Explorer as well as the Chrome browser. See, Chrome browser created, Internet Explorer, it is also get created. Internet Explorer is pretty much slow than the Chrome. So initially it's trying with admin, it will click into the login button, then it will close the browser, it will try for tester. And if we see the try the hub, the node basically, we can see that it's running for Chrome. See, it's running. Whatever the value is getting inputted in the node, and the operation exiting, everything on this particular node 4546, everything is getting listed here. Okay, for iDiver also it's still loading. iDiver, I'm not sure why it's so much taking so much time to load. It's always slow. So this is how you can also get the log. You can also get the log. You can also print the log. Okay, so my Chrome test has been executed successfully, and still my iDiver has been loading, still loading. Not sure, some issue with my IE, I guess. Internet Explorer is failing. Okay, it should fail because I have closed the browser. Let me close it again. It's not loading. It's taking so much time. Let me close it. Close this as of now. So basically, my Internet Explorer test will get failed because iDevils, that is, as it is always slow and having always have the difficulties to do operations, to do automation with the Internet Explorer test. But throughout the test, we have seen that how you can change your port number and you can provide your particular port along with the you can provide the which browser you want to execute. You can configure your XML suite in that way, and this is how you can run your test script in different system, in different node, and in different browser. Okay, so this is how you can execute. And one more thing, suppose you want to execute for some particular versions. Okay, so all, if you want some execute from particular version, you can also set the version here also. Okay, so capabilities dot set browser versions, you need to provide the version, I mean which version you want as a string parameter. Okay, so suppose like for Chrome browser name provided, you wanna say you wanna do execute for Chrome version 53, so in that particular node that version should be present, that particular version should be present. Okay, you have to make sure that the correct version you are providing, that is basically present on that particular node. So this is how we can configure our Selenium Grid, that will, and we can configure parameterize our test script in that way using the test ng. Or if in that case I have used port number and the app URL as a parameter, and I'm passing into my test suite XML. Okay, and I'm doing simultaneously two browser tests, Internet Explorer and Chrome. Basically, though my Internet Explorer test doesn't fail, it takes so much time, and I cancel this loading. But overall, this is it. How we can we have seen that how we can utilize Grid, Selenium Grid, to configure Node and Hub. So we can execute a test script into various platform in various Windows different. Okay. So that's all for today, guys. If you have more to know, please let me know. Do comment in the video sections. I will be happy to help you on that. And if you like this video, please do help to support and subscribe. Okay. So thank you, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye bye.